George Kilpatrick Inspiration for the Nation, celebrating people we feel good about. Well, the great New York State Fair is yet a couple of weeks away, and we have a couple of things to tell you about. Of course, the Pan-African Village, the Van Robinson Pan-African Village, is doing something very special. This year, they'll have their own headliner, and we're looking forward to that, amongst many other artists. We'll talk about that. But joining us now to talk about all of that is Gwendolyn Muok. She is the president of the Syracuse Onondaga County chapter of the NAACP, and she joins us now. Also joining us is Kevin Brooks. What do I call you, Kevin? The superintendent of the Pan-African Village, the curator, the executive producer, yes. You all of that. He's over here. And we also have two artists who are going to be lighting up the stage on August the 23rd with a tribute to Marvin Gaye. We've got L. Young, who's been lighting up the charts with his own style and flex, but we're going to get a tribute to Marvin Gaye, and we have Crystal Starr as well. Crystal will tell us a little bit about herself in just a few moments, but this is a great opportunity for all of us, for all of Syracuse. We'll get to meet Elle, we'll get to meet Crystal, but Gwen, we know you, so why don't you kick us off about what we're seeing at the Pan-African Village. Now, what's really critical for people to know is that the first booth you see when you go to the Pan-African Village is the NAACP. So let's talk about that, Gwen, and why that's important and what you're trying to do there.
All right, the Pan-African Village has been part of the New York State Fair since the 70s. And from the beginning, there was a beverage hut where, to this day, we still sell sodas for $1. The price has not gone up, and we have customers who come back year after year after year to look for us. We also have a community partner table in the Pan-African Village where different organizations in the community share that table for a day or two to talk about their organizations. We also do a whole lot of voter registration during the state fair. The first year we did voter registration pre-pandemic, we actually registered about 150 people. So we are calling on all of our community members to come out and help us with volunteering to do voter registration, and also helping us to do beverage sales in the beverage hut. It's a lot of fun. It gives you a chance to work with your neighbors and your friends for 4 hours. We have 4-hour shifts, and the shifts are from 9:30 to 1:30, 1:30 to 5:30, and 5:30 to 9:30. You can sign up for those shifts. Go to our website, SyracuseNAACP.com, and click on the Pan-African Village sign up. And it's very easy, it's user-friendly, and just sign up for as many shifts as you would like to. Each person who volunteers gets admission to the fair, a parking pass, and a wonderful NAACP t-shirt.
I love it. So you need some volunteers. You need them now. And it's very important that you support the NAACP, whether you volunteer or buy some of the beverages that they will be selling. It's going to be really, really, really important. So exciting for that. And we know that it's going to be a great time. All right. So part of that, and again, we've got great special guests, L. Young and Crystal Starr. We'll get to them in just a moment. Kevin, you're curating the talent like L. Young and Crystal Starr for this year's Pan-African Village. And so tell me about how we secured such great talent and our first real big headliner. Not first,
well,
yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing Trouble Man there, Mr. Young, do his thing. And we have, like I said, we have a variety of different talent. We try to keep different cultures involved with it. And this year we're doing something different that we haven't did in the past. We're going to have Cora Thomas. She's going to be doing 2 gospel Sundays for us.
Two.
And she will bring
two.
Both Sundays.
Yes.
So we look forward to having everybody come out and enjoy themselves.
It's really going to be a great time. And Elle, for those people that aren't familiar with your music, tell us a little about you. You're a singer, you're a songwriter, you're a producer. You're doing it all.
Yeah, man. What's up, New York? How y'all doing? I'm a original recording artist, original music. I've been in the business as an independent artist since um, really since 2009.
Mm.
Put out about 6 albums. I've been on the Billboard charts. I've had two number ones in the UK, and I've toured all over the world doing my own music. And also went viral a few times online back in 2015 and 16. And just been, doing my thing ever since as an indie artist and stuff, And then we came up with this show, and then we've been touring with the show for the past 2 years.
I love it. And life of an indie artist it's challenging.
Very, very, very. It's an uphill battle.
Yeah.
People don't realize it's just not a good song. It takes a lot of synergy, a lot of things that come together, and more importantly, a lot of money to put behind records to make sure that they get the attention that they need, marketing wise. It's not an easy thing to do, and when you're independent and you don't have a big, well-oiled machine behind you, if you don't have the right team and the right timing and the right song at the right time, all of that line up, it can kind of be really challenging. But the good thing is when you're indie, and if that happens, you could always retool. A couple of years later, you can release that same record and it'll still be new. That is the good thing about being an indie artist.
And we'll meet Crystal in just a moment. But you said that you had a couple of songs go viral. Your acapella videos, in particular,
Yes.
go viral. Did you see that coming? And was that your intent? Because you're an indie artist, you must be really present on social media. And so all of a sudden, these things take off. And what was the biggest one?
Well, that wasn't my intention. I just saw something interesting and neat I wanted to do with a picture app that it's not even made for that, and I just wanted to do these acapella videos. I just wanted to do it. At that point in time, blowing up on social media was not a thing yet. It was 2014, 15. People had gotten signed and stuff like that off YouTube and things like that. But as far as Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that, it wasn't really a thing yet. I mean, I think on Instagram at the time, you could only upload 10-second videos at that time.
Right.
So I just did it, and I finally figured out how to manipulate the app and make it do what I wanted it to do. I was proud of myself, went to sleep, and then I was awakened to all of these notifications of people sharing in different vlog sites, sharing it and all of this stuff. And the biggest one, I guess the biggest one was the Bruno Mars one that I did. I actually got featured on Good Morning America for that. And
what was the song you did? Did you do Uptown Funk? What did you do?
Yeah, Uptown Funk.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was probably the biggest. It went viral really quick. I was the #1 trending pop news in the country that week.
Wow.
So yeah, it was a pretty amazing experience, and I ended up creating a technology or a way to promote yourself as an indie artist that other artists are still using to this day.
I bet they are, because it worked. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So Chris, you obviously you have the Marvin Gaye tribute show, Trouble Man, and how did that come about?
Well, someone was trying to get me to do shows at their establishment out here. Really, really nice lady, Black-owned business. I want to support. I love her food. I love the access she has there, but she only does tribute shows. And she'd been hounding me, will you come do it? You come do it. And I was like, okay, I don't have a record out right now. I'm promoting. I usually don't do tributes. I'll come and do one. I'll come through and maybe I'll do Stevie Wonder or something. And she was like, no, we already had somebody do Stevie Wonder last week. Can you come and do something, somebody different? I was like, I don't know who I would do it. And she was like, oh, I know who. It's like Marvin Gaye. I was like, oh man, I never thought about that. Now I got to go over all the music and I got to read okay, I'll come through and do it. But I can't do it alone. I got to call my partner in crime, Crystal Starr, to do the Tammy Terrell stuff with me because I know I had to include those duets in the show. So we just put together a little little rundown of a show and didn't really put too much into it. They posted it. The tickets are on sale. It's sold out in 2 hours.
Mm.
And then the response of the crowd when we were there, I mean, we could barely sing the songs with everybody singing it for us. So after seeing that reaction, Crystal and I looked at each other. We were kind of like, hey, there might be something here that we could do something with, So we went, and developed a full show. And we just been, in between us putting out records and doing our own stuff, we just been touring and doing this show and having an amazing time keeping this music alive, keeping the legacy of Marvin Gaye alive.
And Crystal, obviously singing the duets as Tammy Terrell tribute. Tell us about your musical journey and background.
Yeah, I mean, I similar to Els, I started on Broadway in 2011, lived in New York for a while, and then came home and put out my first record. And from there, I started a nonprofit for children in foster care and impacted over 1 million children in care around the world. And then went back to music. And then during the pandemic, started recording again. And truly found my sound, which is like I would call it like a new step to 80s, a new idea to the 80s.
Okay.
And been really doing that, and it's been great. Toured with some 80s groups, Climax from the 80s and stuff like that. And yeah, so when Elle asked me if I could be a part of this show, I just knew that it was definitely destined because we've been friends for such a long time. And we actually recorded an album, I think it was in 2010, without the intention of it being as a Tammy Terrell, Marvin Gaye song. It just so happened to sound like it. And it's called All Right. He put that out. When did you put that out, Elle? Like 2014?
Yeah, I think it's like 2015. No, actually, I put it out 2018. Yeah.
Oh, 2018. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And so I guess it was supposed to be manifested that we were going to do the show because, we were already, it was already in the book. So yeah, just really excited about doing the show and playing such a honorable part for Tammy. And yeah, like I said, and doing my own music stuff on the side, and it's been a lot of fun.
Ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. Okay. So I love that. I mean, and I love the fact that you guys were already connected, so you could, he could call on you to do the show, and we're going to be more fortunate. We're going to be the beneficiaries of great music. And by the way, tell us how to get your music.
Okay, well, you can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is L, that's a letter L Young Online, or you can go to my website, lyoungmusic.com, and it has links to everything, all my social media and all that stuff. And of course, if you just put my name in your Spotify or your Apple Music or whatever, your Google Play, put L.YOUNG in there, and all my music should pop up.
Yeah. And Crystal, what about you?
Same thing, Instagram. It's Crystal Starr, not music anymore. I just changed it. It's Crystal Starr Fans. I'm sorry, with 2 R's, STARR. And then, yeah, Spotify as well. Just look me up, Crystal Starr, CrystalStarr. And also my website is crystalstarr.com. So you guys can find it all there.
I want people to find you who may not be familiar with you. So, Kevin, how did you hear about the show?
We heard about the show through our NAACP member, Tom Honan. And Tom is our.
You said Tom is your contact.
Is our right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And so, Kevin, so let me just let people know, by the way, the New York State Fair dates are August the 20th through September 1st. Of course, September 1st is Labor Day. That is the last day of the fair. And of course, you can, there's every day. By the way, this concert is free with your fair admission, by the way. So that's one of the blessings of the fair, is that for all of the stages that are inside the fairgrounds, all of these concerts are free, and we're really going to get a treat on August 23rd. What time on August 23rd, Kevin?
The show is going to start at 7.
7. And again, not only will we hear uh, El Young and Crystal Starr doing the Trouble Man Marvin Gaye tribute, but we'll also hear from other artists as well. Local artists, C. Jack Rum Presents doing his thing. You'll have African dance. You'll have, again, 2 gospel Sundays. So the first gospel Sunday, I don't have the date in front of me, but I know the second one is August 31st. So that means the first one is August 24th. So there you go. Those are your 2 gospel Sundays that Cora Thomas has a whole lineup of great things happening in the community. And Kevin, again, each day has something different, but we're going to be there on the 23rd because that is the Wednesday, not Wednesday, that's Saturday, right? Saturday, August 23rd. Saturday, August 23rd will be this featured performance, and we're looking forward to that. So let me take it back for a minute.
And George,
yes.
George, we will also have a fashion show. LS does a fashion show for us every year. So she will be coming back again this year with fashions. In the village, we have all kinds of cultural foods. We have Kevin's Hen House. We have a Haitian food vendor. We have Sarita's, who does a lot of the Latin foods. We have the rum cake people from Troy, and they always sell out. They can't keep their product in stock long enough. It goes really fast.
So not only will you have the entertainment, and then you also have a DJ, right?
Yep, there are DJs performing throughout the 13 days. So the schedule will be posted at the village.
All right, so we got all of that going on. Let me go back to some of the music between you, El Young, and Crystal. When you think about R&B legends and people who have influenced you, for each of you, who are some that helped to shape your musical journey? Let me start with you, El.
Okay, besides Marvin Gaye, I would have to say Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder. Those are probably cliche answers. I know those are kind of everybody's legends and heroes. Some of the more niche people that really influenced me were staple singers. I remember being in diapers and learning how to work the 8-track machine that was in our living room, just so I can hear "Let's Do It Again" over and over again. So the staple singers, I would say, oh man, all the Motown greats. Temptations. I loved David Ruffin's voice as a kid. I just thought it was so much pain and character in his voice, and I always wanted to sing with that much passion and emotion. And yeah, those are some of my early influences.
Crystal?
I would definitely say Tina Turner was one of my huge influences, as well as Whitney Houston. Loved her. And then as I got older, I went to school for music, and Ella Fitzgerald really became my true artist, and Billie Holiday. Really, really loved those artists. But then there's also the fun ones like Madonna and Janet Jackson that as far as performance wise goes. Yeah, so those are definitely my favorite.
For the 2 of you, again, writing and producing, arranging, which part of that creative process brings you the most joy?
I think it's all of it, because all of it is part of the birth process of a song for me. It starts in my head somewhere, and then the writing is the expression of it, and then you got to dress it up and present it to the world, and that's where the production and all of that comes into play. Because no one else will be able to hear it or see what you're seeing unless you get to that point. So it's all a process, and it's all beautiful to me. The part I don't enjoy is trying to sell it. I just want to be an artist and just want to put my art out there. But as an indie artist, you kind of got to be a little bit of everything. I wear all the hats. But as far as the song making process, I can't say I love one more than the other. It's a beautiful process.
Same for you, Crystal?
I'm actually the opposite of that. I I used to never like writing. I never liked writing. I was actually forced to do it. And then I started really liking the process. But more so, I would say my favorite part of it is the performance part aspect of it, as well as creating around what has been stuck in my head and hearing this song the whole time and creating the whole atmosphere that I've been hearing it. So that would be my favorite part.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And so for the two of you, you cover a lot of timeless songs. And let's think about this show. How do you make a classic like, ain't nothing like a real thing, ain't no mountain high enough. How do you make those feel brand new while still honoring the original?
Well,
I
I
know.
think.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead, Chris. You can go ahead.
I was just gonna say I really don't I don't think we think about it too much. I think we just want to make sure that the music is um I think Michael Jackson said it best. When you do a concert, you don't just try to change it and I think that the ink on the paper is good enough to perform. And so we want to honor the music the way it's written. And we're not trying to mimic Tammy Terrell or mimic Marvin Gaye, but we are playing homage and paying tribute to the music and trying to love it as much as they did. And I think that it conveys to the audience because we're enjoying it as much as I believe the audience would enjoy it. Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, I was pretty much the same thing I was going to say. I was piggybacking off of that. It's just a thing of just being honest with the music. We didn't change a lot. We don't have a lot of um, different arrangements. You're going to recognize and be able to sing along and close your eyes and be taken back in time without any major speed bumps in your way or some weird interpretation of what you know Marvin would have sounded like in 2025 over a trap beat. We're not doing it like that. We're being very honest, very true to the music and to its core, and we're just trying to sing these songs and convey these stories from the exact same place that they did. Like Crystal mentioned, she has experience on Broadway. I came up in performing arts as a youngster as well. So we kind of bring that element of acting, of not acting like being fake, but acting in, we are trying to embody the spirit of Marvin and Tammy when we're doing these things. We're not just up there just singing some songs, and we're not up there just trying to show our chops or do some weird arrangements. We're trying to really take you there when you see this show.
Yeah, the show we're talking about Saturday, August 23rd, Trouble Man, tribute to Marvin Gaye, featuring L. Young, Crystal Starr at the Pan African Village as part of your admission to the Great New York State Fair, August the 20th through September the 1st. This performance on Saturday, August the 23rd. And it's going to be a great day, a great time for everybody. And we're talking with L. Young and Crystal Starr. They're the headliners who will be featured, and we're going to hear their work. I thought you were gonna say we're gonna riff it up and do all of that, but you're gonna keep it pretty straightforward. And one thing that's been said about you, Elle, in particular, is about the harmonies and the two of you. How do you build on those vocal layers that have become signature to the performances?
Yeah, well, I just think that it's something really, really unique about when Crystal and I come together to sing. Even before we even thought about doing this, people always, said something about the record we put out. All right, they were like, "Oh man, it sounds just like Marvin and Tammy," and we never intentionally set out for it to be that. It's just something, just the synergy around this show, and it starts with her and myself. That it's just. It's something unique and it's something special. And I think audiences are experiencing it. I could see their reactions and what they say to us after the show, and what a lot of people who actually saw them in concert and what they've said to us. Family members who have come to our shows. We've had everybody from the Gordys to Marvin Gaye III at our shows, and with tears in their eyes and expressing to us, I thought it was them up there. I thought, I just closed my eyes and I could just hear them. And that's what we want. That's what we want to build upon. That's what we want to bring to the audiences.
I do want to ask, and now I'm going back to music again. You both our independent artists, and I want to go back to you, Crystal, for a minute. You were on Broadway. What were you in?
Oh, yeah. I was in a show called Baby It's You, and I starred as the Shirelle, one of the Shirelles, and sang all the greats like Mama Said There'll Be Days Like This, and all the good songs.
How would you describe that experience being on Broadway?
Hmm. I would describe it as invigorating, like so much fun. You get a chance to really, um, it's the highest scale of theater that you can get to. So, you really have a great chance to like just the production, the people. It's just a different environment. I mean, I did that show in LA for 6 years prior to us going to Broadway, and
Oh,
it was just a different environment.
Wow.
Hmm.
Tell me, is it this your decision to be independent artist? Is that driven by what? Is it because that's what's available to you, or is it a choice you're making specifically? This is how I want to roll.
Is
I think for myself.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead. Sorry.
go ahead, Crystal. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, just speaking for myself. It started out as, well, there's nothing else there, so I can't just sit around and wait for somebody to pick me up.
Mhm.
And then it just started out, then it became, this is fun. I can do whatever I want. I had multiple friends that have record deals and have seen the tape that's around them and the records that never got put out. And these are really big artists that were my best friends at the time. And like the songs that I thought were amazing, I just saw all the headache around it. And I don't think that it's supposed to be that way. I think it's supposed to be fun. And I felt like, man, I'm doing more than they are doing because the record label's stopping them from being creative. And I think that when you are creative, that's your job, is to create, make those mistakes and do those flops so that you can learn from them and you can grow from them. I was talking to a good friend of mine who was with the prior member of the Midnight Star. And he was telling me back in the 80s and early 90s that they it was 3 albums before they had their first hit. But the record company stuck with them and they loved them and they're like, well, just keep going. And I think today it's like, well, if you don't have one TikTok hit, we're gonna kick you down the curb because,
TikTok hit. Yeah.
yeah. So I think that being such an independent artist, it gives you that freedom to quote unquote make a flop, whatever that is, to somebody else, and then but continue to do your thing. And it also teaches you how to do your own thing, like not to depend so much on people, to whether it's doing your videos, whether it's doing productions. It teaches you a lot. And I'm a big person on knowing your craft. And
Mhm.
if you don't know your craft, somebody else will know it for you. And unfortunately make decisions on your behalf that you're unaware of. And that's why you hear so many people like, well, I didn't know about my contract. I didn't know about this. And then they're stuck. And then you see they're broke, because they didn't know about those things. They're just being told, you just go ahead and do your craft, do your craft. And unfortunately, they're putting the money in their pockets because you were not sure. So I think that the benefit of being an independent artist is you have the freedom to do whatever that you want, gain as many fans as you want, and grow with your fans.
Yeah. It's the opportunity, and it's also very difficult. Elle, what would you add or
I,
elaborate?
sh- she really said it perfectly. It started out as a necessity, because, of course, I'm not going to wait on somebody to do for me what I could do for myself. So I started producing and putting out my own records. And then after 3 failed attempts at deal situations, after that, I was like, you know what? I'm not dealing with these companies anymore. I'm just going to continue to do things on my own terms. No matter how difficult it gets, I may never be a household name and all of that. But at some point, that wasn't even my goal anymore. It was just to create good art and make a living doing it. And so that's what I'm doing. And I'm very happy. And I'm happy I'm still independent. I wouldn't have had it any other way.
All right. Well, listen, what we will have is the opportunity to hear Elle Young and Crystal Starr, the Marvin Gaye tribute, August the 23rd, the first Saturday at the Great New York State Fair at the Pan-African Village, right? So as soon as you come in the fair, you go left, and it's right over there. And
That's right.
you know, it's going to be a great time. And you might want to come early and make sure you get some seating, because they got the seating is a little different now over there. So better come over there and get early, or stand up and show Crystal and Elle some love. Okay, let's go once again. It's the Great New York State Fair, August 20th through September 1st, but the Pan-African Village is where the NAACP has their booth.
That's right.
They're looking for volunteers. There are opportunities to buy water and other assorted drinks there. You can get your Gatorade and other kind of things, and all of that. And but for real, they're looking for you to give up some time, support the NAACP with your time. 4-hour shifts, SyracuseNAACP.com is how you find out and sign up for that. And Kevin, any last thoughts about the lineup at the Pan-African Village for the whole 12-day run of the Great New York State? 13 days.
13, George.
13 days. Anything more you want to add about the Pan-African Village?
What about some of the groups that are going to be performing, Kevin?
Well, okay.
Some of the local.
So, well, I tell you what, it's going to be a great day. We've got Crystal, we've got Elle Young, and Gwen and Kevin. What a great time we will have. Cora Thomas got the 2 Gospel Sundays. C-Jack Runner's got some things he's going to be doing. It's going to be a great time. We want to
African dancers. We have a variety of ones, especially looking forward to seeing Elle Young and Crystal Starr. That's going to be our highlight.
We're looking forward.
Going to set us off. I'm looking to see you soon.
Headliner. Now I already had one day I was going to the fair. Now I got to put a couple other days on my list. And of course, because I'm an elder statesman, I don't have to worry about any of these fees at the fair. So there you go. All right. Listen, Elle Young, Crystal Starr, thank you. Gwendolyn Muok, thank you. And Kevin Brooks, thank you.
Thank you.
Looking forward to seeing y'all at the Pan-African Village all 12 days, but especially August 23rd for the headliner, the Marvin Gaye tribute featuring Elle Young and Crystal Starr. Inspiration for the nation, celebrating people we feel good about. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
See you soon.